What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubby here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having an absolutely incredible day. I know I am. If you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam, a scary man by the name of Jimothy will be breaking into your house tonight and stealing your front teeth. Yeah, that's right. I know Jimothy from way back in prison, but we'll get into those stories eventually when I was, on the yard with Prison Mike and the Dementors. But regardless, Jimothy will be breaking into your house tonight unless you press the like button. Sorry, guys, I don't make the rules. I just follow them. As you guys can tell, today we're going to be talking about the world's craziest food fight. That's why you clicked on the video. And I have to do a little bit of a disclaimer just because Susan and the rest of the Minecraft and YouTube team love to demonetize my videos. I'm not saying you guys should go start a food fight. Let me make that very clear, okay? Just because I had a bunch of fun shoving mustard in people's eyes doesn't mean that you should have fun shoving mustard in people's eyes. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I felt like I would make that clear. And without further ado, let's hop right into this shiznit. So when I was in high school, I really liked getting in trouble. There's just something about getting in trouble that is more fun than anything else in the world, all right? Like, getting yelled at by a principal for inappropriate behavior might still be up there for one of my favorite things of all time. And not inappropriate like cringy kid sneaking in a bathroom inappropriate, but inappropriate like you knew you shouldn't fill trombones with ketchup, but doing it anyways, Like, that's the type of inappropriate that I really enjoyed. And regardless, I just always found ways to get into trouble when I was in high school. I'm not really sure. I just had a talent for it, Like, I was basically the LeBron James of getting into mischief. And what I'm about to tell you might actually be the highlight of my career, all right? Like, if I am the LeBron James of causing mischief, this is my finals MVP moment. The moment where I actually transcended a normal kid getting in trouble into superstardom, I really just went out and caused the biggest splash I possibly could. And regardless, it is a pretty funny story because it ends up with me on the news, That's what's going on. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the food fight. So in my junior year of high school, I really thought I was the shiz, Like, I honestly thought I was basically LeBron James. I already said that in this video, but I had just gotten my license and I really thought I was dope. And by being dope, I thought that, skipping school and going out and hanging out with my friends was actually the coolest thing I could ever do. Who needs an education when you can drive a car? You know what I mean? And most of the time I would skip school by just going to my friend's school for lunch. The girl I was dating at the time went to school with a bunch of my best friends. My best friends went to the school and I had a car. So I could honestly yeet on out whenever. My doorbell just rang. My pizza's here. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back with pizza. I forgot where I was. Let me listen back real quick. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, I used to flip on over for lunch and be like, hey, what's up? I'm up in the cut. I don't go here, but I'm going to eat here. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you got to break bread with new people just to get new experiences. Regardless, I'm at my friend's school for lunch basically every single day, and I blended in because they went to a school full of tall white kids, and I am, in fact, a tall white kid. So, so I just blended in the background. I had that invisibility cloak like in Harry Potter. I drank the potion that turns you into somebody new. But regardless, I'm really pulling up and blending in like an expert every day at my friend's school, just doing the absolute most to stay inaccessible from teachers, dog. And they're trying, they're on the hunt for me. Realistically, they weren't on the hunt for me because I blended in. That was the entire point. But you guys get the idea. I'm at my friend's school for lunch every single day. And one day I'm sitting at lunch trying to avoid getting in trouble, and my friend does the unthinkable. He dares me to do something and then afterwards says, and I quote, no balls. And I don't know if you guys are savages like I am, but when someone tells me no balls, I won't do something, I have a sudden urge to do it. Like, honestly, if somebody was like, hey, rob that bank, no balls. All right, man, give me a ski mask. I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm not actually gonna rob a bank if you say no balls, but like, you guys get the idea. Especially in high school, if somebody said no balls to something, I was like, all right, well, now I just have to do it. It's the law of the land. Every girl watching this video has no idea what I'm saying. No ballsing is basically when your friends imply that you are not a man because you refuse to do a task, And when you're an insecure teenager, it very much works. So whatever, my friend no balls me and I look him in the eyes and I say, have you ever known me to back down from a challenge, Jeremy? In reality, he no-balls me to do the following. But anyways, my friend no-balls me to yeet some food across the lunchroom. He says, Ryan, you won't throw the food across the lunchroom, though. And I'm like, dude, I don't even go here. Like, even if I get in trouble, what, they're going to suspend me from a school I don't go to? Whatever. And this man was actually eating a ham sandwich at the time. And he's putting it up to his mouth to take another bite. And I grab it out of his hands. And I say, and I quote, hello, this is empty. yeet, and I throw that ham sandwich halfway across the lunchroom. That thing goes flying. I'm pretty sure if there wouldn't have been a roof on the cafeteria, it might have gone into orbit. You hear that, Elon Musk? I know SpaceX is looking for new engineers, but if your rockets cost and weigh the same amount as a ham sandwich, I can throw them into orbit. You don't even have to have rockets anymore. So obviously, I send this ham sandwich straight into orbit. I'm watching it fly away, and my friend's like, oh, you actually did it, dude. That's insane. Oh, you sent it. You sent it. Anyways, I sent this ham sandwich into orbit, and it smacks a kid into the back of the head, and I hear the ham sandwich make like a thud sound on the back of this kid's noggin, and I'm like, huh, well, you know what, that probably hurt, because I don't know about you, but if I got hit in the back of the head with a ham sandwich, I would not be too pleased with the fact that I was now covered in what was once a pig. I would be a very unhappy fellow. So obviously, after smacking this kid in the back of the head with a ham sandwich, he turns around and is like looking for who threw it. But of course, me, Sly Cooper, Scrubby, the savage I am, I duck that look back, and we just act like nothing's going on. And it looks like we're laughing at a joke, because obviously we're entertained with the fact that I smacked a kid in the back of the head with a ham sandwich, but he has no idea where it came from, you know? Like, you know when you're being stealthy in a game, and you throw a rock, and the guards go to look at the rock, and you just yeet on by them? That's basically what it was like. So I'm feeling like a stealth ninja who got away with throwing a ham sandwich, but this kid was looking for revenge. And I see him kind of looking around still trying to look for it, and then I realize he has food in his hands, and he's probably gonna throw it back once he finds out who threw the food at him. And the table next to us, I guess, was staring at him and laughing, so he thought that they did it. So he picks up some food and he throws it at that table, right? The only problem is this guy is not, you know, accurate like I am, throwing ham sandwiches into orbit. Instead, he's throwing like Helen Keller, you know, Ray Charles, somebody who's blind, because he misses the table he's aiming at, and it goes sailing over the top and lands on this girl's table. So keep in mind, I threw this ham sandwich maybe 30 seconds ago, and now 4 tables have been smacked with food in this lunchroom. Like, I don't know if you see those odds, but it's multiplying and getting out of control very quickly. In the next 30 seconds, that's mean there'll be 8 tables, and then 16, and next thing you know, every table in America is throwing food at each other, and I'm not trying to interrupt everybody's Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm kind of laying low, and me and my friends are laughing hysterically now because obviously I never intended to start World War III with a ham sandwich, but apparently that's what's going on, and I'm pretty sure Trump said he was going to draft everybody for this next food war because North Korea was pulling up on the DMZ with grapes in hand. So at this point, the entire cafeteria is erupting. Everyone's throwing food, and the girls hit the deck to try to avoid it. And you know, like at one point, there's backpacks flying through the air. There's chairs. Like, I don't understand when people hear food fight, they go, better throw a plastic chair across the room. But that's what people are doing. So obviously, it starts to get out of control really quick. There's food flying everywhere. There's liquid flying everywhere. Chairs, backpacks, binders, basically everything you can imagine starts flying around. And the girls, not wanting to get their clothes dirty, start trying to make a break for the outside. So they open all the double doors on the gymnasium, right? The only problem is when they start leaving, the food fight starts to follow them outside. So like now half the lunchroom is in the courtyard and everybody else is filing out the doors, except now we're starting to run out of food. So people are starting to throw just like anything they have in their hands. Like I said, backpacks. One girl got hit in the head with a binder and got a concussion. Like, people are starting to get out of hand very, very quickly. And it's crazy how much something that was fun 30 seconds ago starts to be terrifying, because, you know, a minute ago I threw a ham sandwich, and now people are throwing binders across the world and starting to just smack people upside the top of the head. And obviously the teachers are trying to calm it down, but you try to calm down 500 kids that are throwing chairs, trash cans, and everything you've ever seen. At one point, I'm pretty sure a child got thrown, all right? I don't know where the child came from. Maybe it was a teen mom or something, but there was a baby flying through the air. And the teachers are trying to like, kids, please stop. But like I said, you try to stop 500 kids just throwing everything within sight. It's never gonna happen. However, the principal, for some reason, thought that they were gonna be able to calm it down. They were gonna really try to calm down these kids because everybody really, really respects principals for some reason. That's sarcasm. So whatever, the principal gets into the middle of the crowd and she starts screaming something about, now you kids behave or whatever. And around the middle of the courtyard is like a second level, like a balcony level. And all around the school are these big gray trash cans. I'm pretty sure like every school has the same trash cans, you know? School is trash, so therefore they have the same trash cans. I'm pretty sure that's the motto. And regardless, everybody knows the big gray trash cans that I'm talking about. You know, the ones that are like waist high. And I don't know who decided to yeet one of these over the edge, but the principal is, of course, in the middle of the crowd screaming, calm down, break it up, stop. And it's not doing a lot. And somebody from the second floor decides, I'm going to throw this trash can into the crowd. And I'm sure their thought wasn't, I'm going to hit the principal. But obviously, you know, the principal's standing in the middle of this giant crowd. It's pretty obvious where she is. And the next thing you see is almost in slow motion, this giant gray trash can come flying out of the sky, almost like something out of a horror movie, you know, where you know the jump scare is coming, but there's nothing you can do, and I have to watch in horror as this principal is mightily and quickly RKO'd by the John Cena trash can, all right? I'm calling it the John Cena trash can because she did not see it coming, okay? She gets smacked with Oscar the Grouch's relocation home upside the head so hard that she just goes flying over, like falls over on her butt. So at this point, me and my friends realize, oh my god, we started a food fight that just got the principal smited down from almighty Thor with the trash can. This is not gonna end well. Like, this is a 0 out of 10 situation. And keep in mind, I don't even go here. So if I get caught starting the food fight, not only am I getting in trouble for starting the food fight that just got a principal yeeted with a trash can, but I'm also in trouble for ditching school constantly. Like, that's just a no bueno. So I hightail to the parking lot. I escape with my life intact before anyone can do any investigative work, okay? Before any crack people crack the case, and I zip on out of there as fast as humanly possible, right? And obviously, you know, them being them, they started investigating almost immediately who caused this food fight. Because now it's not personal, you know, it's not a mess, it's not just rough for the custodian, but somebody decided to yeet a trash can at the principal, and that's a big no-no in school. Did you guys know that hitting a principal with the trash can actually is against the rules? Yeah, it took me by surprise too. I thought they were gonna be fine with it and just be like, accidents happen. No, they were very, very upset that the principal was in fact smited by Thor himself with a giant trash can. They were not big fans of that. So regardless, I get back to my school. There's a mustard stain on the bottom left-hand side of my shirt, but I'm doing my best to act like it's not there, you know? Maybe I dropped something on my my shirt at lunch. So I go home that night, and my mom's like, hey, where'd this stain come from? So I tell her the same story. I dropped it at lunch, and she's like, oh, okay, no big deal. And that night, me and my family are watching TV together while we're eating dinner, and my mom turned on the news. Like, I don't really know why we were watching the news, but my mom, for some reason, decided to turn on the news. And we're sitting there, and sure enough, my friend's high school comes up on the news, and my mom's like, oh, what's this story about? So she turns up the volume, and the news anchor basically says, a girl at the school during a food fight was hit in the head with a binder and got a concussion. And my mom's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that kids would be so irresponsible to start a food fight. That's something you're only supposed to see in the movies. I would be so embarrassed if you ever did that, Ryan. Like, I cannot believe that somebody, especially at that school, because it's such a reputable area, I would be so embarrassed. And I'm like, yeah, Mom, whoever started that food fight sure is a dummy. You should never start a food fight ever, Mom. That's just a big no-no. Just totally trying to lean into the fact that I didn't do it. And honestly, I never got caught because I guess the people at the other school were looking for a tall kid with brown hair, which just happens to be half of the population of the school. So it's probably really difficult to go find somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure it's not too great. So whatever, I got away with it. I ended up starting a food fight that got a principal yeeted with a trash can and was honestly probably the craziest food fight to ever exist in the United States of America. But on that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really, really appreciate you guys pressing the like button, commenting down below, and also, you ready for it? Pressing the subscribe button and turning on notifications. Today's notification shout out goes to the one, the only Dean Vega 76. Big shout out to you. If you want a notification shout out, all you got to do is press the notification bell, screenshot it, and send it to my Instagram at Scrubby. And yeah, I shout somebody out every day. But on that note, guys, I hope you guys have an incredible one. Don't get anyone pregnant. And if you do, make sure they don't start food fights. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. I'm out. Peace. Mom, get the camera.